Good morning, students. Welcome once again to online video class conducted by PCHSS Baripada. So today I am going to explain you about cleavage. In the last class I had discussed you about what? That is menstrual cycle and fertilizations. What? Menstrual cycle and fertilizations. Now what happens after fertilizations? So it is a very important topic. Which one? Cleavage. What? Cleavage. Okay. Now what is cleavage? So the definitions of cleavage is what? It is a rapid mitotic divisions which takes place inside the zygote is called cleavage. What? It is a rapid mitotic division which takes place inside a zygote is called cleavage. Now where does this happen? So cleavage, where does this happen? Cleavage, it happens in a fallopian tube. First it starts from where? From fallopian tube, just right after the fertilization. So how many cleavage cleavage it takes place after fertilizations? So I am showing you here, and this is ovary and this is a fallopian tube, and in this particular area fertilization is taking place. Okay, so this is what no cleavage day 1, and then after that what no cleavage morula day 3, then after that implantation. Now how many cleavage are there? That means cleavage first cleavage. What is called first cleavage? First cleavage, it takes place after 30 hours of fertilization. 30 hours of fertilization. Okay, first cleavage. Now second cleavage after 60 hours. What? After 60 hours of fertilization. Remember it, fertilization. 60 hours after fertilization. 60 hours after what? No, fertilization. Second cleavage. And third cleavage 72 hours after fertilization. Okay. So what happens in first cleavage? It takes place after 30 hours of fertilization. After the fusions of male and female gamete, it is forming what? No, zygote. Now see, so this is the structure of what? No, early zygote. As we know, the fusions of male and female pronuclei forms what? No, zygote. Now early zygote, and this is the formation of zygote, and this is the outer layer, and this is the structure of ovum. Inside the structure zygote is taking place. Now this is what the zona pellucida, and this is what the male pronucleus. What? Male pronucleus. What is called male pronucleus, containing how many chromosomes? 23 chromosomes. Male pronucleus, and this is what the female chromosomes. What? This is female chromosomes, and these are what? Two polar bodies are at the extreme end of the what? No, zona pellucida, near the zona pellucida layer of the near the zona pellucida layer. This is what? No, early zygote. Then after that it is what? No, late zygote. What it is called? Late zygote. This is late zygote. In late zygote, what does this happens? In late zygote, there will be the formations of spindle fibers. What will be formations taking place? Spindle fiber. These are the spindle fibers taking place inside the zygote. Okay, and this is the layer of what? No, zona pellucida, and here the two chromosomes, male pronucleus containing 23 chromosomes, and female that is containing 23 chromosomes. It is becoming what? No, 46. And this is the symbol of male, and this is the symbol of what? No, female. Male chromosomes and female chromosomes together constituting to forming what? No, 46 chromosomes. So these are the what? No, spindle fibers. Now spindle fibers has spindle fibers. So where does these spindle fibers comes from? These spindle fibers comes from the centrioles. Now you will be asking me about the question why spindle fibers. As we know, in ovum there is no spindle fibers, but how the spindle fibers has taken a place inside the ovum? So this is an important question. Now the spindle fiber, where does this spindle fibers came from? There is spindle fibers has came from the centrioles. Spindle fibers has came from centrioles initially. Okay, from where? From sperms. Sperms has provided centrioles, as centriole is placing inside the zygote, forming what? No, spindle fibers, which is responsible for the cell divisions. Okay. Now polar bodies is there. Now these are the spindle fibers provided by centrioles. Then after that, this is what the early zygote, this is what the late zygote. After late zygote, then there will be a formation of two cells. That is called what? No, blastomere. What are called? Blastomere. What are called? Blastomeres. At the extreme end of the zona pellucida, two polar bodies are there. Two polar bodies are there. Here it is one and here it is one. Okay, two polar bodies are there. Okay, and this is what? No, blastomere. This is the larger blastomere and this is the smaller blastomere. Okay, forming what? No, larger blastomere and smaller blastomere, and these in the position of what? No, these are the two poles. One pole is vegetal pole and another one is an animal pole. So two poles. At the two poles, two polar bodies are represented. Okay. First is what? No, polar bodies here at the extreme end of the zona pellucida, and at the downward there is also one polar bodies. So the two polar bodies now divided by the process of meridional process. By meridional process, the two blastomeres are forming. One is smaller one and another one is larger one, and another one is large blastomere. Okay. Then after that, it is having what? Two cell stage of blastomere. Next, after that, there will be a which kind of division? Mitotic divisions. Again, now these blastomere, larger blastomeres, now it will divide it into two parts, two blastomeres, and it is forming three cell stage. And this is what is smaller blastomere. Then after the divisions of larger blastomere, then the smaller blastomere also will getting continuing for the process to form what? No, four cell stage. Two blastomeres. Again, it will divide to form what? No, two blastomeres. 2 plus 2, it is forming what? No, four cell stage. These four cells are called, no, four smaller units are called what? No, blastomeres. Now subsequently, four cell stage will now forming what? No, 8 cell stage. How many? 8 cell stage. Okay. These are the structures of smaller blastomeres. Okay. Then this is the layer of zona pellucida. Then after that 8 cell stage. Then after that 8 cell stage of this stage will divide mitotically to produce 16 to 30 blastomeres. What? 16 to 32 blastomeres. How many blastomeres? 16 to 32 blastomeres. So 16 to 32 blastomeres are regarded to be as a morula. What? It is called what? Early morula. What is called early morula? Morula, it is a stage when blastomeres are of 16 to 32 in a zygote. Okay, that is what? Early morula. Then these morula will now get transferred to form what? Blastula. Early morula to blastula. Remember it. First, early zygote, late zygote, blastomere formation, 2 cell stage of blastomere, 3 cell stage of blastomere, 4 cell stage, then after the 8 cell stage, then after the mitotic division, it is forming 16 to 32 blastomeres. That is forming what? No, early morula. After morula, then there will be a formation of what? No, blastula. What? Early morula to blastula. Okay, this is the layer of zona pellucida, and this is what? No, the blastomere. These are the units of what? No, blastomeres, and these are the lighter blastomeres which are surrounding the larger blastomere and the heavier blastomere. These are what? No, lighter blastomeres, and these are the heavier blastomeres. So lighter blastomeres are surrounding the larger blastomeres. Okay, then so outer layer of cell, and these are the inner cell mass. So these are nothing but these are only what? No, blastomere. These are the lighter parts of blastomere, and these are the heavier parts of the blastomere, and the heavier part of the blastomere is forming inner cell mass. Okay, then after that these zona pellucida will get shredded out. Which one? Zona pellucida. Then these layer of the outer layer of the cells will take up the position over here, and this larger blastomere will forming what? No, embryonal knob. This larger blastomere is forming what? No, embryonal knob, and this layer is this one. This is the lighter layer, and this is the heavier layer. Now these cells are modified to forming what? No, cells of Rober. What it is called? Cells of Rober. What is called? Cells of Rober. The cells of Robers are the lighter blastomere which it is surrounding the embryonal knob, which it is supposed to be what? Larger blastomere and the heavier blastomere. Okay. Now, so this stage is called what? Blastula. What is it called? It is called what? Blastula. Okay. So other name of this layer is called what? Tropoblast. What it is called? Tropoblast. So other name of tropoblast is tropoectoderm. What it is called? Tropoectoderm. Okay. What is the other name of tropoblast? The other name of tropoblast is tropoectoderm. Now, Now this tropoectoderm, will goes to the wall of the endometrial lining. Remember it. While it is going to the endometrial lining, so this is about the cleavage. So these are the cleavage, morula. Then after that, 6 to 7 days. After 6 to 7 days, this blastula or tropoblast or tropoectoderm will goes to the endometrium lining. Where it will goes? It will goes to the endometrial lining, and this trophoblast, when it is getting associated to the endometrial lining, that process is called implantation. What it is called? So what it is called? It is called implantation. What is implantation? Implantation is the attachment of tropoectoderm with uterine wall. That is called what? That is called what? That is called implantation. Okay. So after implantation, then there will be a formation of what? Gastrula. What it will form? Gastrula. What is called gastrula? Gastrula, it is what? Forming what? 3 germ layers. That is what? No, forming 3 germ layers. That is what? Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. How many germ layers are there in humans? In embryonic layer, 3 germ layers. That is what? Ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. Germ layers, and this is called gastrula. And what is called gastrulation? Gastrulations, the conversions of trophoblast from blastula to gastrula is called gastrulation. What is called gastrulations? The conversion of blastula into gastrula is called gastrulation. And what happens in gastrulations? In gastrulations, 3 embryonic layers are formed. That is what? Ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. So that's why we have which kind of animals we have? So which kind of animals we have? We have triploblastic animals. Why triploblastic? Tri means what? That is what? No, 3. Tri means what? No, 3. That is blastula. Having 3 layers. How many germinal layers are there? 3 germ layers. One is ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. So that's why we are triploblastic. Okay. Now what happens in gastrula? Now I am showing you another diagram. What happens during in gastrula? Gastrulation. What is called gastrulations? The conversion of, simple definition I am giving you. The conversions of blastula into gastrula is called gastrulation. What happens in gastrulations? 3 embryonic layers it is forming. 3 embryonic layer. First is ectoderm, then is mesoderm, endoderm. Okay? Endoderm. Now what happens? So this is the structure of what? No? Uterus. This is the structure of uterine. So this is the structure of uterine wall. Now implantation is taking place in this area. Okay? Implantation is taking place over here. Implantations. Then after that, again, this tropoectoderm, and this tropoectoderm will goes inside to the uterine wall. It will goes inside to the uterine wall. Now it has completely synced in the uterine wall. Which one? Tropoectoderm. Which one? Tropoectoderm. Then after that, and there will be a modifications of what? No, 3 germinal layer. So what will happens in this particular area? 3 germinal layers are forming. What? Ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. How? Showing you now. This is a layer of what? No? Epiblast. This is the epiblast. What it is called? Epiblast. And this is hypoblast. Hypoblast. And here the layers are forming what? No? 3 germ layers are forming. 3 germ layers. How many germ layers? 3 germ layers. The outer one is ectoderm. Ectoderm. Middle one is endoderm. Sorry, middle one is mesoderm. And the inner one is endoderm. Endoderm. Okay? And these are the layer, and this is what? No? Layer of what? No? Chorion. What it is called? Chorion. Chorion. And these layers is called what? The amnion. What it is called? Amnion. Okay? This is the layer of what? No? Amnion. This is the layer of embryo. Inside it is what? No? Yolk sac is present. What it is present? Yolk sac. What? Yolk sac. Now, repeating again. Now, this is the endometrial lining. Inside the endometrium, the trophoblast has got sink. After sinking, then there will be a formations of what? No? Epiblast and hypoblast. Epiblast and hypoblast. Between epiblast and hypoblast, 3 germinal layers are there. Outer one is ectoderm, middle one is mesoderm, and the lower one is what? Endoderm. And these are the cavities which it is present is called what? Yolk sac. And these are the layer. It is called what? Chorion. What it is called? Chorion. And this layer is called what? Amnion. Okay? This layer is called amnion, and this is what? Chorion. Amnion and chorion. Okay? And these are the inner part is called what? Amniotic cavity. What it is called? Amniotic cavity. Now, this is ectoderm, and it is becoming more prominent than that one. Okay, ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, endoderm, and this cavity is called amnion. And the outer one is called what? Chorion. And the outer one is called what? Chorion. Okay? Then after that, there will be a formations of what? No? Fetus. Then there will be a formation of fetus. How? I am showing you the diagram. Now this is getting modified to in this way. It is a very rough diagram I am showing you, so you must practice this diagram nicely. Placental villi. This is called placental villi. Okay. Now, this is what now? Embryo. Formation of embryo has taken place, of fetus. Okay. And this is what? A chorion. chorion, and this is amnion, and this is chorion, and this is what? Amnion. What it is? Amnion. This is what? Amniotic cavity. Amniotic cavity. Amniotic cavity fulfilled with amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid. Okay? This is what? Amniotic fluid. Inside the amniotic cavity, amniotic fluid is present, and this is the outer layer is called chorion, and this is amnion. Inside amnion, amniotic cavity is present. Inside amniotic cavity, amniotic fluid is present. And what does the amniotic cavity perform for? It helps to protect the fetus. It helps to protect the developing fetus. It helps to protect the developing fetus. Okay? Now, this is what the yolk sac, and this is allantois. Allantois. This is allantois. Now, what is the functions of yolk sac? What is the functions of yolk sac? It helps to produce RBC. It helps to produce RBC until the liver takes its role. Until the liver takes its role. Till when? Till the liver formation has not taken place. At that time, yolk sac produces RBC for the fetus. RBC for the developing fetus. So, what is the function of yolk sac? It helps to produce erythrocytes or RBC until the liver cell has taken its role. Okay? Which one? Yolk sac. Next, allantois. What is the functions of allantois? It helps to produce umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. Which one? Allantois. Which one? Allantois. It helps to produce what? Umbilical cords and umbilical arteries and veins. Umbilical arteries and veins. What is called umbilical cord? Umbilical cord is a long fiber, it is a long cord which it is extend from the navel to the placenta. Okay, which it is extend from the navel of the developing fetus to the placenta. That is called what? Umbilical cord. Inside the umbilical cord, what does it present? It present what? No, arteries and veins. So, what is the functions of arteries and veins? The main functions of arteries and veins is for exchanging of gaseous materials, foods, nutrients from the mother placenta to the fetal placenta. Okay? So, these are the functions of what? Allantois. Now, what is the functions of amnion? Amnion. It helps to protect the fetus. It helps to protect the fetus from mechanical shock, from mechanical injury, from mechanical shock. Okay? It helps to protect the fetus from mechanical shock due to amniotic fluid. Due to what? Amniotic fluid. What protects the baby inside? Amniotic fluid. Which fluid? Amniotic fluid. Inside amniotic fluid, amniotic cells are also present. Inside amniotic fluid, amniotic cells are also present, which helps for the detection of what? No, male or sex child. Okay? Which fluid? Amniotic fluid. And the process which the doctor has experimenting with this fluid is called what? No, amniocentesis. What it is called? Amniocentesis. What is amniocentesis? It is the process of detecting whether a child is male or female, or it also helps to check whether the baby or whether the fetus is in good condition or not. Okay, that process is called what? Amniocentesis. And how does this amniocentesis process is executed by the doctors? Due to amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid contains what? No, amniotic fluid contains what? No, male and sex cells. Which kind of cells? Male and sex cells determines whether the child is male or not. Okay, where? Amniotic fluid. Inside amniotic fluid. Okay. Now, chorion. What is the functions of chorion? The main functions of chorion is to produce what? Villi. The main functions of chorion is to produce villi, chorion. It helps to produce villi for the exchanging of gas, food nutrients from mother to fetus, from mother to fetus. What does this perform for? Chorion. It helps to produce villi for the exchanging of gas, food, nutrients from mother to fetus. Okay, these are called what? Chorionic villi. What it is called? Chorionic villi or placental villi, which it is connected to the uterine wall. This is what the placental villi. It is connected to the uterine wall. What it is about? Uterine wall. These are the uterine wall. In this particular place, in this particular site, there will be an exchange of what? No, food materials between the fetus and the maternal placenta. Between fetal placenta and maternal placenta. Okay, fetus placenta and maternal placenta. What does this functions for? Fetal placenta. So fetal placenta provides antibodies to mothers, and mother is producing what? It also produces what? Nutrients to the developing fetus. Okay, over. Now cleavage part is over, implantation is over, and the development of embryonic stage is over. Now I am going to explain you about ectoderm and mesoderm and endoderm. In these three germ layers, what happens? Fate of germ layer. First is ectoderm. What happens in ectoderm? In this layer, formation of what? Posterior and interior and intermediate. Posterior and intermediate pituitary gland, lobe of pituitary gland. Number 2, epidermis, including skin, nail. In which layer? Ectoderm. Number 3, pineal gland. Number 4, adrenal medulla, not adrenal cortex, adrenal medulla. In adrenal gland constituting two layers, that is called adrenal medulla and adrenal cortex. Adrenal medulla. Number 5, thyroid gland. Number 6, eye including everything, ciliary muscles except sclera and choroid, except what? No, sclera and choroid. Eye, ciliary muscles, retina, corn cells, rod cells. Okay, this happens in ectoderm. Which stage? In ectoderm. Okay, next, number 7, lining of epithelium. Lining of epithelium in ectoderm. Next, mesoderm. Most skeleton. Number 2, notochord. Number 3, salivary gland. Number 4, kidney. Number 5, adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex. Number 6, eye. Which part? Eye. That is sclera and choroid. Next, number 7, gonads. Gonads. Number 8, gonads. Next, endoderm. Tear gland. Liver, pancreas, gonads, not here gonads, gonads here, gonads, lungs, including bronchioles and air sacs, alveoli, lungs, nose, inner lining, inner ear, inner part of ear, inner part of ear. These are the organs which are getting developed in the layer of ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Okay, so these are the very important points you have to remember. Okay, so today we have completed about cleavage, implantations, gastrulations and the germinal layers, and the germinal layer that is called the triploblastics. And the next class I will be continuing about placenta. After the completion of placenta, that chapter will be over. Which chapter? Reproduction. Okay, thank you.